Here are the beautiful fillets we're going to braise today. These will be braised in cider, orange juice and orange zest. We're going to cook them with a bunch of mushrooms. Left to right from the top, cider, zest and juice of 1 orange, 4 garlic cloves which we will peel and crush, some fresh tarragon and some fresh lemon thyme. I know from experience the leaves just come off these stalks of lemon thyme, so we won't bother trying to remove the stalks later. I'll be chopping the tarragon and all this will be good to go with the fillets and the mushrooms. A quick note on the cider, especially for my American viewers, please note this is hard cider, meaning it's alcoholic. And here are the button mushrooms we're going to use tonight. I'm lucky they're all roughly the same size, so I don't have to cut any of them up. We dredge the fillets in a little flour, which we're going to now brown them and saute in the Instant Pot before we add the other ingredients. I tend to use the low saute mode on the Instant Pot these days. I find I've never used high, and I find medium a bit vigorous unless you're essentially not stir frying but moving the contents of the pot around pretty vigorously. We'll flip these in a minute, brown them off, dump all the other ingredients in, get the lid on and give it an hour on high pressure. Here's everything in the Instant Pot. I'd say 2/3 of that bottle of cider. I thought it reasonable for the chef to drink 1/3 of it just to make sure it was the proper quality for cooking. We're going to cook this on high for an hour. If you're doing the stovetop, I'd suggest maybe a 2-hour simmer in something like a Dutch oven, or a very heavy skillet with the lid on. So here we go, folks. Beurre mani for beginners. We're going to mix equal parts flour and butter into a paste. This will help us thicken the sauce. If you have a little more butter than flour, it won't matter. But you want soft butter to make it easy to mix. So here's the beurre mani, all finished and ready to thicken. If this looks a bit, well, shall we say rustic, it doesn't matter, it means it's well mixed in. Here's how this looks right after opening the Instant Pot, and I mean right after, and I will tell you the aroma is delightful. Here we go, folks, plated up for serving. Smells delicious, looks great, meat's really tender. We'll be serving this over with some mashed potatoes and root vegetables with some broccolini. But I like this just simple look. Looks great, doesn't it? So here's how this looks when we served it up domestically. It's a family dinner, just a lovely tasting one. You could dress this up a lot more if you wanted to in plating. Now, the sauce. This sauce, and I would just be honest, I made this up at 2 o'clock in the morning when I was lying in bed. And when you reach your 70 years and 10, you'll do the same sorts of thing. So if you're younger and you don't understand that, you will one day. But the orange was a surprise standout in this sauce. Doesn't overpower anything, but it really did come out the stronger of the two braises, the orange versus the cider. I thought about throwing a little bit of Calvados in, and I'm glad I didn't, because the orange really was a standout. We had a lot of it. We used it again later over sausages, and I even made an addition, which I'll probably throw a very quick video up about in a couple of days. We got our money's worth out of this sauce, trust me, folks. And it's absolutely delicious. Goes really well with the lamb, even though it might not seem like a perfect pairing first time you think about it. But anyway, very happy with this. Hope you enjoy it. Glad you watched. Share with your friends, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it.